Dajahao, my name is Garrick, and welcome back to Taiwan, Lao Wai. God, my voice is in absolute shambles today. I am sorry. So, it is the evening of our first day in Taichung, and we have checked into our room at the Mr. Manther Hotel, as you can see. It's a very cozy little space. You know, got a couple chairs, a bed, a nice little bathroom. It's gonna treat me very well. But now that the sun's gone down and I've recovered some energy, I think it's time to once again get our feet hitting the pavement. I'm still not very hungry. The 1-2 punch of that extraordinary lunch and the ice cream really sorta knocked the wind out of my stomach a little. But we're still gonna flop our way over to a nearby night market and see if anything inspires our appetite. So let's get out there and let's enjoy what the Taichung evening has to offer, shall we? Alright, so to get where we're going, we're actually going to cross right through Taichung Park. It's a small little park, sort of smack dab in the middle of this bubble. It's not the biggest park in the city, but it's a nice little pleasant walk that's like 5 minutes away from our apartment. I've always really loved parks at night. Something about being among nature in the quiet and privacy of darkness. It's a really lovely feeling. And those are some gorgeous looking fountains over there. Give me a second. Hot damn. Got like a pagoda in the middle of the lake. That's always awesome. Alright, we're actually gonna stop by this department store across the street real quick because I need to pick up some batteries. And I gotta say, this is looking like the tallest building in the city so far. Like, once we clear these branches, you will see, yeah, just stories and stories and stories high. I didn't think we'd get one of those massive super malls in Taichung, but what do you know? Looks like this place is called the Sunrise Plaza Outlet, so if you want to check it out for yourself, look for that. Interesting. So it looks like only about 4 floors of this place are actually for mall use. The rest is probably like office space, maybe fancy apartments, something like that. It is pretty much just fashion too. I don't know if we're gonna find batteries here. Alright, screw it. We'll find batteries later. Night market awaits. news, folks. We found batteries right on the edge of the night market, too. I also popped into an anime goods store I found, but I did not take any footage in there, because the thing about anime goods stores is that they tend to keep the naughty stuff in pretty prominent view, so I figured probably best to keep my cameras down in there. I did see a lot of manga series, I know. Obviously, they're all in Chinese, so I didn't buy any, but it's very cool to see, you know, all those series translated into Chinese and with a pretty strong market presence over here. Anyways, I think we have officially arrived at the outskirts of the Yizhong night market. This is pretty much directly north of Taichung Park. If I was booking a straight line there from my apartment, it would take like 15 minutes to walk there. So all in all, very convenient to slip out and grab a bite. And I do just mean a bite, because I don't think my belly could take much more than that. Sorry I can't give you the full food tour this time, but we will visit another night market later in this trip. Hopefully my stomach will be better rested for that. For now though, let's pop in and see what fun and interesting things are happening over here. God, it is so freaking crowded in there. I think I understand what LA traffic feels like right now, just bumper to bumper people trying to get through. Okay, but I think we found some nosh for the night. First, we got ourselves what I think is a pig in a blanket, except with a scallion pancake and Taiwanese flavors. I always say I should eat more Taiwanese sausage, and this seemed like as good an opportunity as any. Man, this thing is swimming in sauce. That's how you know it's gonna be good. Man, I always forget how dense Taiwanese sausage is. It really takes a lot of effort to chew through. It's worth it though. It's delicious. Taiwanese sausage tends very sweet, and this is very sweet, but you've got lots of strong savory notes in there as well, plus the spice from whatever sauce they put on it. This is definitely a stick-to-your-ribs sort of food. You only need one of these to feel satisfied. We also got a stick of this. Not quite sure what it is. I'm gonna guess it's like some sort of tiny fried QQ fish balls, because it's definitely too small to be quail eggs. If you've had like Asian fish balls like that, you know they're very fun to eat. They're very springy and chewy. That's definitely what that is. That's very iconic, sort of chewy, bouncy texture to that. Very good. Nice little snack. Thank God I had enough of an appetite for this. Right, so the pig in blanket was 60 NTD. These were 40 NTD. We're up to 100 NTD for this market trip so far. We're probably not going to go much higher than that because, again, my stomach cannot take too much right now. Once I finish this, we're going to dive back into the fray and see if anything else tickles my fancy, just in case. had to get one of these suckers. They look too appetizing. Candied fruit is a big thing in Taiwan's night market culture, especially candied strawberries. Like, look at that glistening. This stuff will make your teeth shatter, but it is worth it. I have nothing but good things to say about that. That is heaven on a stick. It is fairly pricey, 70 NTD just for these 4 pieces of fruit. Strawberries tend to get pretty up there in cost, even though I'm pretty sure this one at the bottom is actually a tomato. Yeah, they treat tomatoes as fruits for the purposes of candied fruit. It's very interesting. It does work though. Shockingly, the candied tomatoes are usually very tasty too.
Oh, baby girl.
Man, I thought I was in the clear, but this thing just keeps on going, doesn't it?
We'll make love all night long.
Okay, I think we have finally reached the end of that market. My god. And I don't know if it was just how crowded it was, so it took so long to get through, but it feels like the Yizhong night market is the longest night market I have ever walked down. Just stalls upon sections upon other sections. I for sure got my steps in tonight, let's put it that way. This was good. This was a good first day here. We're even ahead of schedule with all the things I managed to hit today, so we might get a chance to go to some extra spots that I didn't think I would have time for. But we will see. For now, I think I'm just gonna find a drink somewhere, then head back home, crash for the night, see if I can finally kick myself into good health by the time I wake up tomorrow. Because I don't want y'all dealing with my raspy voice all trip. That does not sound fun for any of us. God, I am gonna have an awesome time here. I can't wait. So for now, thank you once again for joining me at Taiwan Lao Wai. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, smash the bell, share with your friends, all that good stuff. And as always, I will see you next time. 再见. Bye bye.